Deep rooting, so it helps to break up the
It has
soil.
to do with the extraction.
I like the
fruit.
challenge of forming the roots myself.
You think about the vine as architecture.
It's been a really interesting season so far already.
I want to make wines that are unique and singular, and in order to do that, you've got to take a lot of risks.
The Winemakers is a new podcast from Cellar Media, where we meet some of the most fascinating and talented up-and-coming winemakers in the world. We go way beyond polished bios and dive deep into conversation about their past, present, and future. In our first season, we dig into the unique soils and edgy character of Paso Robles, California.
There are no laws dictating what we can and can't do. And I really feel like Paso Robles especially, there's sort of a zeitgeist of experimentation here, and people will try different things. It's sort of like the Wild Wild West, you know what I mean?
It's just kind of a free-for-all, right? Where you can just make it up as you go.
It can be 50 degrees at night and over 100 during the day.
And certain grapes do very well, and that Syrah does really well, and that Cabernet does really well.
And I'm not sure that it's the best way, but it's my way.
Lucky for us, the winemakers themselves are just as unique as the wines they make.
I grew up in Singapore, and then we got moved to Australia.
Humanities and cinema studies, that was my major and emphasis.
The loss of a steady paycheck was only somewhat terrifying to me at that point.
But the idea was on my mind, but never thought I would jump on it. And then, life happened and things happened.
So I moved here in a 1977 Royal International Diplomat travel trailer.
And she gave me a cell phone, and I called him up the next day, and he said, well, I'm not going to hire anyone that Marilyn wants me to hire, and hung up on me.
We'll hear about challenges, defeats, and triumphs, and learn what drives these young vintners in their pursuit of excellence in a bottle.
And I was like, well, I'll go be the winemaker without knowing anything about what I was doing.
We learned really quickly how difficult farming is.
When we do the blends, sometimes they don't work.
Hey, I've got this issue, what should I try? And
Figure it out and hope it works.
One of my favorite things about growing grapes is that it's sort of a survival of the fittest. They fight, they struggle.
We're certain that your wine experience will never be the same again.
I think you could taste, you could smell when someone has cared during the process of putting wine into a bottle.
an empty bottle is worth so much more than a full one, because you've got the experience of sharing it with someone and the memory of drinking it.
Season 1 of The Winemakers Paso Robles is coming soon. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Cellar Media.